guys, and welcome back to the wedding series. It has been quite some time. I also can't take myself seriously with my hair right now because, like you guys can tell, this video is going to cover all the wedding updates over the last year and finally bring you guys up to speed on, or I guess in prep for our wedding this summer. So in this video, we're going to chat about my hair trial, my makeup trial, our wedding venue search. I have a sit down with Josh where we go through each venue that we looked at and just our thoughts on it in case you guys are in the same boat and maybe looking to get married in Toronto, and honestly just like share our journey with you guys, as well as some behind the scenes of our wedding planning process and meetings with our amazing wedding planning team, and just finally announce, I guess, on this channel that we are getting married this summer. I'm honestly just so excited that this video is finally live, because by the time you're seeing this and the day that this video goes live, it is officially mine and Josh's 1-year engagement anniversary. So exactly a year ago from when this video is posted, Josh popped the question, which is crazy because I feel like if a year ago you told me that a year from that point I'd be filming this, wouldn't have believed you. But anyway, I am just so excited to be filming this, to be putting this video together featuring clips and footage that we shot over the last year planning our wedding. And for you guys who have been keeping up with the number 16, and if you haven't, I have a highlight all about this on my Instagram just to bring you up to speed. Let's just say that our wedding date has to do with the number 16 this summer. So take your guess below in the comments on what you think the date is, but that's all that I'll say. I'm keeping it a secret for now. And yeah, I just can't believe that it's so soon. It's honestly so soon, and it's surreal to me. So I'm gonna stop talking because this is gonna be a long one, so definitely grab yourself a glass of wine and some popcorn. You guys voted on Instagram that you want one big video and have it not be separated into different episodes. So here we go, get ready, and can't wait to share this with you guys. Good morning, guys. How are we? Today is hair trial day and I am so excited. Like you guys can tell, my hair is wet because we're about to get it blessed by my stunning queen hairstylist and friend Morgan Lovely. I'll have her tagged here on the screen, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along today. Full disclaimer here, this is actually my second trial, and I'll explain why. Because the first trial Morgan and I did, we went with my initial wedding hair inspo, which I'll insert photos here on the screen, which was the old school kind of like Hollywood waves, super glam and beautiful, and I honestly loved how it turned out. I'll insert photos here of what it looked like. We also tried a hair up situation, like a low messy bun. I'll insert my inspo photos here and what my hair looked like. We really threw this bun together just to see. After doing some more thinking and Pinteresting, I decided I want to try for like this 90s kind of blowout but elevated look. I'll insert photos here of my inspo. So not like your everyday kind of 90s blowout that I know is super in right now, but taking it and making it more elevated, maybe a little bit more curled under, maybe a little bit more curly, just like a ton of volume, a ton of like these effortless, beautiful vibes. That's honestly as best as I can explain it right now. And here's the thing, regardless of what kind of dress I'm gonna end up going with, I mean, I may have found it, I don't know, stay tuned. I think this would be super beautiful and complimentary without taking away from the dress. So I decided I didn't want to do a hair up situation, even though I absolutely love it from the back and Morgan absolutely kills the updos. I personally just feel the most confident with my hair down, and for a day like your wedding, you just want to feel like your best self, your most confident, beautiful self, and that's what I want to do with my hair. Honestly, I'm just excited to try it out and bring you guys along. Excuse the mess in my room, we have a haul coming, stay tuned for that as well. So anyway, we will see how it goes, but I'm excited because we're gonna take care of this hot mess, and also if we're able to figure it out, I think this will be the hairstyle, so fingers crossed. But we're gonna pop in some extensions. We're gonna be using the Luxy hair extensions. which you guys know are my favorite. I've been using them since literally grade 12, so it's been over a decade. I have them in the Dirty Blonde Highlights shade. So this is them right here. This is the classic set in 20-inch. Luxy hair extensions are made out of 100% Remy human hair, which is literally the highest quality hair extensions you can get. You can dye them, you can use heat on them, you can style them just like you would style your own hair. And the best part, if you guys can see, there are a bunch of different tones in the Luxy hair extensions. It's a part of their adaptive coloring system, which means that even if the extensions are a little bit different than your natural hair color, they have a way of just blending in with all the different tones and just making it work. So it's absolutely amazing. We may give these a little trim based on the hairstyle. You can wear them up, you can wear them down. They are so versatile and literally my favorite. So I will link them below for you guys. Like you can see, there are 9 to 10 pieces we're going to play with and layer. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop petting these and put these down, and let's get into the trial.
Let's try putting some extensions in and cutting them a little bit too, because they're so long.
Okay. Signature thick smell.
It's gonna make all those pieces just like
They look shinier already.
be way shinier, yeah.
Oh my god. That looks so good.
Love it.
It's so good.
Oh.
Like this is my hair for the wedding.
I love it.
I just want to see what that would look like. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. Oh, because they're all cute together. I'm so emotional right now. It's so good. It's been some time. Like you can see, I have Joshua here next to me because we are officially getting married this summer. And I know a lot of you guys are in the same boat. Maybe you're COVID bride-to-be's, or maybe you have to postpone your wedding. So I thought it would be very helpful if Josh and I, brought you up to speed on our thought process and why we decided to get married this summer as opposed to postpone, just how it's been for us, any struggles, anything that helped us, and hopefully help you guys watching. Why don't you tell us about our thought process of whether or not to postpone and the pros and cons that we were weighing, because I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking the same thing.
So when we were considering doing a wedding this summer versus just postponing indefinitely until things perhaps got better and the restrictions were raised,
or for next summer, hopefully,
or for next, I mean, we just didn't know. Like, I think that was it. Really, I don't need to overcomplicate it. There's obviously a lot of restrictions with having a wedding during COVID, whether it's capacity or your ability to do certain things like dancing. And those were all struggles of ours that really made us consider about or consider not doing it this summer. And because, I mean, we love those aspects of the wedding and making sure that everyone could be there and enjoying the dancing. Like, that's something that we would love to do and we're still hoping we can do. Or when that was all a consideration that we couldn't do it, that's why we considered for a moment postponing, because we felt like we weren't in a rush. And then when we thought about it more and we thought about the essence of like why we're getting married, like, I mean, obviously it's about us, like the party and celebrating with our friends and family is very important, but like it's all about us being together and starting our life together as a married couple. And we knew that we could do that regardless. And we also knew that there was no guarantee, or there is still no guarantee, that next summer is going to have all restrictions raised. I think we both feel like we're living in a new world. Like, thankfully things look like they're on the decline in the US and a lot of places in the world and in Canada, but I mean, as we've seen, there's been a lot of spikes. So, I mean, we made this decision months ago, but it's just so uncertain right now. And we just decided to move forward with any way that we can, plan accordingly, hope for the best, because we want to get married.
You just like, the future is so unknown that we just want to celebrate while we're young and healthy and in love and happy.
I mean, we're always going to be in love, I hope.
I know. I just mean like,
no,
with our grandparents are so excited. They waited freaking 8 years for you to pop the question, okay? Like, I don't want to make them wait any longer.
No, yeah.
So we decided to just go for it. So all I know is that we have a date. I'll be there. You'll be there. And we'll get married.
Incredible.
So anyway, that is our thought process and where we're at. It's been a lot of fun getting into the planning, like decor and florals and just like all the fun things, and I'm obviously vlogging along the way, but I don't want to reveal just yet. But the next part of this episode is going to be all about our wedding venue search journey. So I obviously vlogged each one for you guys. They all took place, honestly, probably in the fall time. So I thought we would introduce them to you guys and give you our thought process, like a little segue into each one, and then show you guys the clips. The first venue that we saw was RCYC, and that is the Royal Canadian Yacht Club in Toronto.
Yes.
Let's roll the clip, as you guys will see RCYC. Today is Sunday, September 27th, and Josh and I are actually off to check out our first potential ever wedding venue visit here in Toronto, and we'll let you know what we think.
Oh, gorgeous.
This is the space, the entire space we call the East Lawn. Okay.
Beautiful.
Basically, the wedding lawn.
I literally feel like this is from the Notebook. Like even the people look like they're from far away.
This is the building. Here's Nits in her pink, matching pink mask.
Cocktail hour here, dancing there, dinner
Yeah, this is where cocktail hour would be.
Reception up by the water
Oh,
next to that.
it's a wraparound balcony, and then this is where dancing would be in this room, which is beautiful.
As you guys will see, it was really fun. You have to take a little boat to the island, obviously, which we thought would be a really fun element as part of like the guest experience to a wedding. Like everyone has to get on a boat to go to the wedding, which kind of had that like destination vibe that we thought would be really fun. I guess let's share kind of like the pros and cons of why we didn't end up going with these venues. So all the ones that you're seeing we didn't end up going with, our actual venue will stay a surprise. But for RCYC, I personally loved the grounds. I loved the vibe of it from the outside. I always wanted an outdoor ceremony, so that was really important for me. But I guess what we didn't go with it is a couple things. Why don't you start off?
First thing is that it's very expensive, considering you have no idea how many guests we're gonna end up having. It was a very serious cost. On top of that, we knew we were gonna have to bring in food that was kosher.
Yeah, which is another price on top of the price of the venue, and that's before like florals, decor, like anything. It was like a substantial chunk of our budget, which didn't really make sense. Like it was crazy. Yeah, so that the cost right away was like, wow. And then the dining hall and where the dancing was were separate areas, which we didn't love. Usually, like if you've been to weddings, like people are sitting around the dance floor, or they can at least visibly see the dance floor. Yeah, these were in two different separate areas, two different rooms. It's kind of like a house, almost like an estate kind of. So it's like one room was the dinner room, and then one room was the dancing, and the dancing room too didn't have like high ceilings. Remember? It was just like a room. There's just a lot of limitations with the venue that
and when we considered a price, it just didn't make sense.
And also, you
yeah.
can't completely, I believe, shut down the club, so guests will be there, or like club members will be there, which I didn't know if I was crazy about in terms of like people being at the club while we're having our wedding. We did end up going with it, but it was beautiful.
Next up, we visited the Harding Waterfront Estate in Mississauga. We'll show you that clip now.
Roll the clips. We're in the car and we're on the way there. This venue is right on the water. That's it over there. Oh. Why don't we just move in? Okay, so we just got here. Let me tell you the name of the venue before I forget. It is the Harding Waterfront Estate, and it's magical. Let's take a little tour and see how it goes. Hi, Charlie. Reunited.
Start your tour in the main room.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Right now the water level of the pond is a little bit low.
So like you guys saw, the Harding Waterfront Estate was right on the lake, Lake Ontario, which was nice because I always thought I would have a beach wedding growing up, so this was like as close as I could get in Toronto, which I liked. What did you think? I'm gonna let you talk.
I liked it. It was nice. They had a pond on, there was a pond, and then like you saw, there was a pond, and then behind it was Lake Ontario, and that some people may like. I think me and Nits, like you saw, you'll probably see in the video, the pond looked a little like dull. It's kind of hit or miss. It could look beautiful depending on how the weather is.
Well, we saw it in the fall,
have
so
been.
it wasn't like the most breathtaking scenery, and I always think of like what our photo's gonna look like, what's the vibe of the ceremony. That's the most important to me, so I wasn't crazy about that.
No, but the cocktail hour was really nice. It's outside overlooking that pond on this balcony, which you guys saw. We obviously talked through it, so that was a nice aspect, although I don't even know what cocktail hour really looks like in COVID. If that, like in Toronto right now, you can't even have
you can't eat
past cocktails, and
like you can't stand and eat right now, so if your guests are eating, they have to be seated, which kind of defeats the purpose of
that area.
But it was really nice, and the reception's in a tent, which I always like the idea of having the reception in a tent with, like, you know, the vibes of tent.
When we were looking at every venue, we were obviously thinking about COVID and flexibility if capacities decreased or increased or whatever it was. So that gave us flexibility, which is
You're saying being in a tent?
Yeah, being in a tent, being outdoors.
But I mean, it did have really similar vibes to RCYC in terms of like the building itself. Like the house was white and it was really pretty and well kept. Definitely more affordable than RCYC. The price point was really good.
Yeah, the price was good. I agree.
And they had like good parking. They had kosher catering in case.
And they seemed the service was very professional
and accommodating.
The
team was nice.
Yeah. I mean, positive reviews. It just wasn't the right fit for us.
Yeah. Well, obviously we also found our actual venue at that point when we were deciding. So I fell in love with ours and went with ours. So, but this was definitely a good option.
The next venue we are about to see is the Graydon Hall Manor. Roll the clip.
Flow of things that works.
Okay.
But if you wanted to dance more kind of in the center for kind of symmetry, then that's perfectly fine as well. Okay, so this is kind of the space that you're mostly going to be focused on. So like I mentioned to Charlie, today I'm just going to kind of walk you through more of like a residence area, kind of lower cocktails area, or lower fountain area, maybe where cocktails would be. And then up here on the terrace would be where your actual dinner. So section would be.
So it would be rows. It's all rows, not circular tables.
Sorry, like rows of circles.
Oh, rows of circular.
Kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
that, and then the trees are
Dope.
inside the tent.
I'm just gonna
Got
show
it.
it.
That's right here. Okay.
Beautiful.
That looks huge.
Okay, so that was Graydon Hall Manor, which I feel like a lot of you may have heard of. I know when we first got engaged and I was looking at venues in Toronto, that was the first one that I came across and really liked. The like garden-esque vibe, and the dinner, I guess sometimes in a tent, sometimes like outside. I thought the venue was really, really nice, and it was definitely a top option for me going into our wedding venue search.
Generally, the grounds were beautiful. Like it's a beautiful place. And
Even
definitely
the inside,
the outside. See, 100% understand why people get married there. Although when it comes to the grounds, the area, like you're looking at all those condo buildings around.
Yeah.
So which is whatever, but like
it's Toronto.
yeah, it's Toronto, so it's fine. But like the grounds are nice, but that was like one deterrent about the grounds. I remember when we were walking upstairs, I don't know if we got this on camera, we made a comment about when we'd have access, and every single like everything was an extra charge. It was
That's
like
what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
Honestly, and this is between us on the DL because we're keeping it real here, we didn't get the best vibes from this venue. It felt very, I just want to say like
pretentious.
That was exactly what I was
Yes.
going to use. Like kind of like Josh said, every single thing was like an added cost. It felt like it wasn't very accommodating or like flexible. Remember something with the music too, you can have music past a certain hour,
Yeah.
or like past a certain volume. It was like very,
There's a lot of rules, and it wasn't just rules. It was like it's that you go, this is like the most important day, you want to feel welcomed and happy, then you want your guests to feel good. And honestly, like some of the comments that were made, it just
really turned us off.
really turned us off. Between us, like I think like it has a lot of potential to be a much greater venue if their customer service and the staff that were working there were a little more accommodating and respectful of people. So again,
We can
beautiful
leave it at
place.
that,
I'll leave it
yeah.
at that, but was not for us.
Yeah, not for us. The last venue was the Arlington Estate. So we're gonna roll the clip and then we'll give you our thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. Well.
So the first thing you guys notice, I hope, is there's no smelly, stinky carpeting.
Yeah.
So beautiful herringbone design tile. See those panels?
Yes.
Panels?
Yeah.
6 of them?
Wow.
Projector screens.
Those are projectors. Oh wow.
So
Crazy.
they're not those ugly, hideous things that come out of a wall or a ceiling. They're sort of huge eyesore. You can do your same day edit videos, speeches. We have a camera to capture special moments. We have intelligent table lighting, party lighting, all AV.
They literally built the tent over top of the original gazebo.
So this is.
So this is it. There's just no, obviously, oh, they put cute little
Honestly, I
things there.
kind of love the tent.
So, as you saw, that was the Arlington Estate. I guess I'll start because I absolutely love that venue. I thought it was beautiful. I think it's a very particular vibe. If you're looking for like a venue, like a hall, it's beautiful. It's top notch. All the amenities like that you could think of, from the sound system to just like everything was beautiful. The bathrooms, the flooring, everything was really nice, and they were super accommodating. Like he sat us down after. We didn't film that, but he sat us down and he walked through everything, and like super professional, super
Like friendly. It was literally, honestly, the complete opposite vibes of Graydon Hall,
Yes.
right? It was the complete opposite experience. I'll tell you why I wasn't crazy about it, but the vibes to me were so great that I considered going with it just because I thought they were gonna make our day like so special and just take care of everything without a headache. So customer service there is top notch.
Yes.
But like Josh said, it's a very particular vibe. So it's like a hall kind of venue, which I personally have never been a big fan of for the wedding that I envisioned for myself. I guess I always wanted it to be like outside and just not be, I never wanted it like a typical hall, even though this hall was beautiful. Like you'll hear a comment like there's no like smelly stingy carpets, and like everything was new and fresh.
No, they even had a smell. Remember, they even had a smell. They even had a smell.
They had a signature scent.
Yes,
but we did like that.
They really thought of it all, is the truth. Like honestly, was so beautiful.
Well, they had the outdoor.
They had the outdoor place. I mean, they had the outdoor area to get married under the tent. You guys saw that. They just really, like, if you were to make a dream wedding venue, they like checked it all off.
I agree.
But again, like they had like a pond, but it was like man-made. It was like very
man-made.
It was like man-made. It wasn't like it depends the vibe. Like Nits is more like wanted nature and all that kind of stuff. This was more.
I wasn't crazy about the pond. Oh, they had like the fountain in the middle of the pond, which didn't look as like natural.
It kind of felt like a golf course a bit, which is beautiful. A lot of people have really beautiful weddings. Just wasn't what we were looking for.
The price was great.
The price is great. There's some NHL players that got married there, and I was like, that's cool.
But I guess the reason why we didn't go with it is aside from like the vibe of like the pond and not wanting an indoor venue, honestly we went to see and I was like, I'm not gonna like it, I'm gonna hate it, I don't like indoor venues. I actually did really like it. For an indoor venue, it's stunning. But the other thing I didn't like was next door, it was kind of like in the middle of nowhere, almost like on a farm. Next door to it, or like the next kind of lot, there's a lot of construction going on, so I wasn't sure if there was going to be construction by the time of our wedding, which I didn't want in like photos. You had the option to do the whole ceremony, or like reception in a tent, but only during COVID. So I wanted to, if we were to go with that, I would want the reception in a tent, but it wasn't a guarantee. And I just wasn't, it almost felt like I was settling a little bit because I really wanted a specific vibe and feeling about a venue, kind of like the feeling you get when you find your wedding dress. And I didn't get it there, but it was definitely
I had the feeling. But my feeling didn't matter there.
That's not
I'm
true.
kidding. No, I had the feeling.
You love our venue now.
No, I love our venue. I really love where we ended up, and I'm glad that we
need to have
yes, you both need to have the feeling. That's the truth. Well, the thing is, regardless, like I think these are all really good options based off of what you're looking for. So like any one of these could be beautiful. It just depends, really what you want.
I think it's fair to say our venue that we picked for our wedding has elements of each one of these venues that you saw. Like the best part of each one of them, I think our venue has. Which makes me really excited. Yes,
and I think it's interesting too that like the other thing about these, not that we've actually gone to any weddings here, but like a thing that I think I've thought of, I think you have too, is like we want it to be like a special place that like we haven't experienced before. Like it's a specific memory in our minds that like we associate with our wedding day and how special that day is. And like where we've picked, we've never been.
We haven't seen
really anyone get married there. It will feel like a new place for us
and for everyone who's attending. Obviously, I don't think anyone's been there. And it's fair to say too, just before we wrap up, we looked specifically for venues in Toronto or in the GTA. There's obviously options to go farther like Niagara Falls and outside of Toronto, and there's definitely really nice venues, but just for convenience and like ease of transportation and just logistics, we decided to stick to Toronto venues. So I'm happy we found our dream one in the 6.
Around the 6.
But yeah, I can't wait to show you. I can't say anything else, so stay tuned. I'm so annoying, but I honestly really love our venue and I'm really excited. That's a wrap on the venues.
Amazing.
So with that, thank you so much for joining my TED Talk, making your appearance. I know you guys like him more than me, just don't make it that obvious like last time. But yeah, I guess the next part you're gonna see is my wedding makeup trial. So bye.
Bye.
We're picking back up the vlog here today, I guess, because I have a makeup trial, a bridal makeup trial, and I'm so excited. This is such a big part of your wedding day, is obviously getting your hair and makeup done, and I think I know exactly what I want, so I'm gonna put inspo pictures here for you guys to see. Just really soft glam, something really natural but elevated and just like stunning queen, obviously. So I'm very excited for today's trial, and I thought I would obviously bring you guys along and show you how it goes. So without further ado, wish me luck. Okay, so this is the final look. This is the best makeup I have ever had done in my life. I am like so shook. I honestly looked in the mirror at one point and I almost started crying because I was so happy. And I'm so picky about makeup. Like I really didn't think I'd be able to find someone who could make me feel like so good and like look like myself but elevated without being like having too much makeup on, if that makes sense. And looking in the mirror, I loved it so much. I felt so confident. I literally could picture myself in my wedding dress, and now I can like decide if I want my hair down or like if I want it up. I don't know. Anyway, this is the final look. We went very like natural but elevated. We did soft brown, like a soft brown, I guess what would you call it, like an eye pencil smudged out, and like a brown liner as well, but really soft and natural, a little bit of shimmer. We obviously added some blush. I love a good blush. The lip is more coral than like I typically like it. I typically go for like a more mauve, like deep tone, but I actually like it. I think on your wedding day it should be different than your natural lip. Like you do want it to look a little bit different. And then my skin just looks like flawless. I don't know what she did because it is not flawless, but I guess we're looking at my wedding day makeup now, which is crazy. Very surreal, but very happy. So trial was a success, and thank you for coming along. Hi guys, good morning. It is Friday, March 12th. I actually can't believe it's already March. I'm about to get on my first floral and design meeting for our wedding. I actually can't believe I just said that out loud because it has been such a journey, such a process, trying to plan the wedding this year. And I think by the time you're seeing this, I would have already updated you on the plans, on the situation. Currently at this time when I'm filming it, this is the first time I'm picking up the camera in a really long time, which makes me really excited because for a few months we literally have had nothing to plan. We didn't even know if we're gonna have a wedding this summer, and I guess we are because I'm about to get on this meeting and I'm so excited. I'm having a really bad skin day, so please just bear with me. You know, brides get pimples too. Anyway, I am so excited, and I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you a little sneak peek behind the scenes of the meeting. I am meeting with my amazing wedding planner Charlie from Pretty Plans in Toronto. You guys know they're incredible. They did our engagement party and I'm just so excited to work with them on our big day. So let's get to it. I'm so excited. Okay, see you soon. A little sneak peek here on some of our inspiration. We have a shared Pinterest board at the moment and there's so many folders and I'm so excited. Let's get to the meeting. Hi. Can you tell I'm excited? How are we? Honestly, I got a little bit emotional like getting ready. I was like, wait, like we're back to planning. Like for a second I was like, oh, it's another touch base. Like it's like, no, we can't have a venue. We're having a wedding. We're planning. The good part starts. I'm so excited.
And we're gonna walk through the Pinterest board together and kind of like fill in the gaps of how we see each space.
Okay.
So first we'll start with general color scheme, what colors you want to include, what colors you don't want to include, any typical flowers that you love versus ones that you're really not a fan of.
Okay.
And looking at all of these options, like these are all ones that we've pinned, but of course if there's anything that you love more than the other, like feel free. Or if there's a mixture between two images that we can pull from.
I feel like a mixture of all these different, I wish I had better terms to describe flowers. Like I love how it looks when I'm combining a few different flowers together. Like anything around these tones, these are like my favorite flowers. Like she gets it every time. I think that's really pretty.
Yeah, and then for the guys, so let's start with Josh. Has he mentioned anything to you about wearing a boutonniere or wanting to wear a boutonniere on the day?
Oh, Josh and this wedding. So that is a wrap on the wedding updates so far. If you guys have made it to this part of the video, thank you so much. You're a real one. I know you guys asked for a longer episode on stories, but I'd love to know now that you've seen it. Let me know in the comments if you guys prefer longer wedding series episodes or like shorter bite-sized per topic episodes. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm so happy it is all out there now and I was able to bring you guys along. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next from now until the wedding, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.